laptop and it won't take now today. It won't take my AOL password.
I'm convinced you have like multiple Zoom accounts here, and maybe that's why.
Listen, I don't know what I have, but right now I have you. So I'm on my phone and I'm really happy.
Yay, 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 yay. Don't touch a thing. Okay.
Okay.
We're just kind of gabbing a little bit. Mama, are there any cards that you especially want to write today?
Yes. And one of them will be going to you.
Oh,
So,
Mom.
Yeah, you know, we're very long overdue for a wonderful birthday outing in December.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So
yeah,
that's my goal for today.
Okay. Hey, Stephanie and Marianne. Yay. Welcome on in. Do either of you have any cards you want to write specifically today? Yeah. Shut up.
I mean, I always can.
Yeah.
But I am going to have to cut out early. Just a reminder, I have a physical today.
Fun.
And it took forever to get it. It's so dumb. But so I see a new doc and I tried to squeeze in a shower. That's why I'm late.
Okay. All good. Glad you got that appointment in. Stephanie, what are you hoping to write today?
I'm going to write a card to myself as a pep talk.
Awesome.
I need that. And then I just found out my cousin had a baby and another cousin had a heart attack.
Oh.
And he sent a card to a friend just for giving me some really good advice and always listening. So,
that is awesome that you're going to write a card to them for that. Because I think that's something that we just don't do often at all. That's awesome. And
I sent her a pep talk for going back to college. And she's like, that made me cry. Thank you so much.
Aww,
so I forgot to share that in the group. But yeah, I was like, oh,
that's
felt
great.
Really good.
And who just had a baby. I mean, I feel like that's a given cry when you send a card to them. It's just, Melissa, who, do you guys remember Melissa Camilleri? She just had her baby. So I sent her, she ordered something and I put a print in there that says, you were doing a great job. And she's like, I wept when I saw that. It's like the simplest thing, right? Just, you're doing a great job. You cannot go wrong. Anyway. Well, Stephanie, that's great because our main prompt, we're just gonna jump right into this. I was so inspired by our last workshop and going through our stash of cards that people have sent us and reading through them that I kept reading after our workshop ended. And I found this card, which is one of like the very first designs that I came up with. And it's like one of my first cards that I launched with, obviously, because it's like a 5x7 card and I don't do that size anymore. But yeah, I read it. We did this prompt over a year ago, I think, or maybe about a year ago. And I'm just going to share what I wrote to myself because we're going to start off with this prompt. If you want, if there's certain cards you want to make sure you write, go for it. But I really want us to write a card to ourselves just to kind of cap off our last year and everything that we went through, everything that we worked through, and then kind of set the stage for us going into this year. And just like we did a year ago, we're going to write it as if we're writing to a friend. So I hope that for me, that makes it a little bit easier to have that mentality because I think all of us, it's a lot easier for us to compliment our friends and support them. And for some reason, it's harder for us to do that for ourselves. So we're going to trick our brain a little bit and write a card to us as if we're talking, to ourselves as a friend. So that's what I did in this prompt. I'm just going to share it. I'm just going to go for it. So this is early last year. I think it was a January workshop. And it says, hey, you are really good at what you do. And I've updated this design since, but I still love this card. So yeah, I was kind of in a funk and trying to figure out well, all the things, right, that I wanted to do with my business. And I just needed this reminder. Okay. So I picked this card for that reason. It says, before you try to edit that mentally and say, you're really okay at what you do, stop that shit. You are really good at what you do and you're getting better every day. Look at all you've done this past year. You read Untamed to kick off the year and thought that quote was nice. The one about how life is tough, but you are tougher. Baby, you're fireproof. That quote really hit me early on last year for some reason. I put, remember you thought that was sweet? Well, you freaking embodied it. You leaned into it and told the world to watch you while you did. And you brought others with you, lifting them up where and when you could. COVID tried to crush you. COVID tested your marriage, tested you as a mom, and it tried to test your business, your creativity, and your drive. But all it did was make them stronger, every one of them. Thank you for choosing to set boundaries this year for the sake of your mental health and your family. Thank you for realizing you don't have to do everything alone, for turning outward and trusting in divine timing. I'm proud of you for showing up every day when it was hard. Keep showing up, releasing what's weighing you down along the way. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. As you move through the next month and months and the year ahead, remember how far you've come this past year alone. You can do that shit again. Let's hope we don't have to, but you know what I mean. You are doing big things. You're surrounded by love. You're surrounded by the best people and nothing but possibilities. And I promise I'll be here supporting you through it. I'm not going anywhere. With love, you. The end. So I felt like I needed to find this and read it again after our last workshop. I just love this. Like I never would have done it without you and our group. So thank you. And Mama, you got to mute your phone. Or I'm going to mute you,
Yeah,
Mama.
I figure that. But if I mute my phone, mute you?
I don't think so. No, I don't
Okay.
think it's just notifications.
Well, I'll do what I can do.
It's such, like, makes me happy hearing your text message tone because I know it and it feels like we're in the same room, but
Well, we'll see how that works, Sarah.
okay, so that's going to be our main prompt. We're just going to get right after it. Oh, and just a quick announcement before we dive in. Shannon Clank, who I think all of you know, she's going to be leading our next workshop. I'm going to add this to our events on February 7th. It's not going to be a card writing specific workshop, but I'm going to start introducing, I want to have all of you. I want to have all of you as a guest at some point leading a workshop and talking about what you love to do, what you're good at. And she's going to lead a tapping session. So emotional freedom technique, is that what it's, am I getting that right? Okay. EFT, it's kind of like it's like this form of acupuncture in a way that you can do yourself. And it's really fascinating, super helpful. So she's going to lead that on February 7th. So
Acupressure, not acupuncture.
oh,
We're
yes.
not going to be poking ourselves with needles.
I didn't mean to say that. Thank you.
You're fine.
Acupressure. Yes. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And she's going to be kicking off what is this new, community structure, which we're going to have every month. We're going to have a workshop just for us like this. It could be, Stephanie, I want to have a journaling workshop. I want to have a meditation. I want to have writing. I want to have all these different things just for us at the beginning of the month. And then of course we'll have the card writing workshop on the third Thursday. Yep. February 7th at the same time. Okay. You guys ready to write a card to yourselves? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Okay.
great idea.
Yeah, I think, and I did some extra homework, extra credit work for you. I'll share my screen. I went ahead and gave you prompts. If you're stuck, like go ahead, feel free to write whatever you want to write. Grab whatever card you want to use. It can be one that you've had the longest, can be blank, whatever feels right. And here are, let me share my screen here. Hold on, where did I put it? You see how organized I am, by the way?
Yes.
This is my new favorite app. It's called Notion. I'm like
You are.
obsessed with it. It's like a new space. Okay. So you do not have to use any of these. I just sort of took the format that I did in my last card. And I noticed that I started off by talking about last year, how, my intention of, life is tough, but you're tougher. And then I noticed I went into things that I sort of conquered and worked through. And so I suggest that if you want, just sort of champion yourself and acknowledge the work that you've done and good things that you did. Maybe things that tried to bring you down, but how you got through them, how you responded. And then I think it'd be cool if we kind of finished up with like, here's what I would love for you in 2023. Like, here's how I'm going to support you. Like, I know that something you're working on is this, and I promise you I'm going to fill in the blank. So again, you can use nothing that you see on my screen. You can use all of it, up to you. But we're going to give this, I would say, at least 15 minutes. I'll put some instrumental music on for all of you too. I even selected the music for this because I'm on top of it. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear it?
Mhm.
Okay. I want to mute myself though.
say your middle name's Marie. When in French, that means star of the sea. It sounds just right to me. And my painting's hanging on the wall, so you can look at summer through the fall. Oh, we've made memories, we'll make some more. And I just love you. I just love you. I just love you. Some otherwise yet hard to say things of sincerity nowadays. Oh, why are we all so afraid of saying something real? 'Cause she was lying in the sun, in the quiet corner where the river runs. Well, I went inside and I wrote the words, I just love you. I just love you. I just love you. Well, it's a simple truth. It's the little things you do. It's a smile on your lips when you walk into a room. It's the birthday card you drew that make me love you. I just love you. I just love you.
Let's do this. I'll give you guys like 4 more minutes. One more song. This is Okay, can you hear me okay? I'll pause this. Oh, I want to stop sharing my screen. There we go. Does anyone want to share? You don't have to share exactly what you wrote unless you want to, but does anyone want to share what that was like for you? I had a completely unexpected experience doing that just now. You did too. I see you nodding your head, Anastasia.
Yeah, I just thought I was laughing because I sort of told myself or reminded myself about all the things that really make me feel whole, and reminding myself to do more of them, like the things that I've learned in the past year are really good for me. Like we talked about that before, I think. And I'm laughing now because nowhere in this like life journal is like load the dishwasher correctly. And I'm thinking like we get so lost in this nonsense of like everyday life that this is my like bird's eye view of my life and the things that I really want to do and that matter. And those stupid things like are not here because, you know, some people are like, well, there's joy in the mundane of every day. Like, I don't feel that way at all. And people say that like, you know, find joy in the dishes. And I think that's stupid, but,
That's a terrible idea if you ask me.
but I think like, yeah, do those things, get them done, or like find a way to have them done, or, you know, and then live the life that really sparks joy. And so that's what I got out of this, because I didn't know that I was going to go in that direction, but it's kind of like a to-do list for me of the next year of the things that I know are really the things that make me love life. And it's a reminder to do them. And looking back at it as I was writing it, you know, I don't focus on those things that I feel like I spend all of my time thinking about now, but that's not life. Like, that's not the life I am planning to live in this year.
Oh my gosh, isn't that bonker? Oh, Marianne, no worries. We'll miss you. I'm glad that you were here for this part. Okay. Have a good appointment. Yeah, isn't this bonkers how until we join a card writing community and carve out time for the workshop and have this prompt given to us to write this to ourselves, like that we don't do this, like we don't look at it, like this is our life. I kind of just had that moment myself. I really relate to a lot of what you just said, because this was, I read my card from last year and I'll admit, I was like, oh, that was pretty good. I don't think I'm going to write something like that again this year. And I was like, I don't know what I even have to say. Like, I have had some really great memories. Like, we've had great adventures as a family. I know I've done a lot with my business, but I started this thinking like, I don't know what the heck I'm going to say. And then my experience was, it was a little bit out of body too. It like, mine feels very abstract. Like there's no specifics really in it. It was almost as if like someone else was writing it for me. And they're just these like big ideas. And we have time, right? I'll read mine if you guys are interested. It's yeah, just a lot of like looking in on my life, bigger picture things that I never would have written down myself. Like that's how I feel looking at, if that makes any sense. So I'm glad that we did this. I'll read it. It's not as long as the other one. Okay. Happy fresh new year. You did it. Oh, and I picked this one. I'm so proud of you. Which didn't feel right, but it does now. So I'm going to go with it. Okay. So you did it. You made it through 2022, a year of explosive personal growth and messes that followed, changes to your business, to those in your close circle moving away, to dealing with launches, collaborations, and so-called failures, new ideas, to major and unexpected successes in every aspect of your life as well. You mothered Hudson in a way that made her more, not less of herself. You let her become a mirror to you along the way, throwing your pride out the window. You supported Ryan through some of the biggest changes he could have experienced and helped him believe in himself. You finally started speaking your truths this came down as like tough love. Like I had this voice and be like, finally, you freaking did it. So that was kind of fun. Started speaking your truths, your toughest truths at that, when the world was ready and waiting to hear. You let go of, for the most part, choosing others' comfort in the short term over your own comfort for the long run. And it's paying off. You listened and started listening more and more to the voice within, instead of the voices shouting at you from strangers' mouths. You leaned into life, appreciating and really seeing how valuable our lives are, soaking in what makes each person unique, and appreciating the time that we do have with them. You're learning to love others more deeply because you're learning to love yourself. And for the coming months, I'm rooting so hard for you. Get so mega clear on what you want from this life and how you, Sarah Weger, want to build it. Then go fucking get it. And take care of yourself along the way. I've underlined that line several times so that you'll be that bright and shining mirror to Hudson someday. This doesn't seem like something I would normally write in a way, but I actually feel like really grateful that we did this, because I feel like that's what I needed to hear. Anyway, does anyone else, Mama, Laura, Stephanie, no pressure, but do you feel like sharing? Mom, you're muted. I see you talking. Hold on. Unmute.
Okay, I
There we
got
go.
it.
Okay.
I won't read what I wrote, but I will say, once I just wrote Dear Ellie, it just started flowing, and it was quite surprising.
Huh.
And I kind of chuckle at this age in my life, because all the mundane things which we automatically go through every day, journaling has helped me have a sense of gratitude for things that just really frost me, like dishes in the sink and stuff like that. And, you know, I have to reframe a lot of things like that, to be grateful for it. And I still focus on the mundane things, cleaning up and doing this and doing that. But I have to say, it brings me some peace to be able to walk around a house that is straightened up. Is it my priority? No, but it's kind of my habit to do right away in the morning. So it sets my tone. But for me, this exercise brought me to focus on my needs, and looking back at the whole year and everything, you know, with Dad being sick and the stroke and all that stuff, it's like, oh shit, no wonder. No wonder you're tired or you're frustrated or pissed off at stuff. It's okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I'm trying to grasp all those emotions that have been labeled sometimes as negative or something like that, and they're all okay. They're all okay. And it's added overall to the strength of me as a person. It doesn't diminish my strength, it really adds to it. So it's a great exercise. I should have done this 50 years ago.
Shouldn't we all have? I mean, yeah, I love our group so much, because we just don't normally do these types of things on our own. Maybe Stephanie, maybe you do. You're so good at journaling and allowing that, like carving out that time for yourself. But yeah, Mama, I'm with you. It's unfortunate that until we have a prompt, or until things get extremely difficult and we can't do anything more, and we have this breakdown sometimes, that we finally reflect on it and why we feel the way that we feel. But when we do that, it's like, yeah, no wonder we're feeling tired, or no wonder we're feeling the tank. Like, you think about what you've done, you know, and what you've gone through. It's just,
Yeah, I think, Sarah, we're all, as you guys are all raising kids, I mean, really, we're kind of conditioned, and I'm glad that is changing, by the new parenting now. We're kind of conditioned to put ourselves last and everybody else first.
Mhm.
And certainly when you're raising a family, um, that's what happens. And it's a gift that you younger people are realizing that you really are at the top of the list. And it's preached to us, you can't give what you don't have. Well, that's just a lot of BS in terms of realizing what it really means. But
Mm.
once you understand it, it's pretty powerful.
Mhm.
So I don't know. And you don't have to give one up for the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
I appreciate you sharing all that, Mama. That actually, I wasn't planning on sharing this with anyone other than Ryan, who has seen it, but I had this dream a couple weeks ago, and it was like more like a meditation. I was doing meditation and falling asleep, and then I like envisioned this thing where I led a retreat that I've talked about with a couple of you, leading this retreat for women and just to kind of refill our own cup and doing like an in-person experience. But I envisioned this exercise where I asked everyone to send me a picture of themselves that they liked. I wouldn't tell them why, but then I ended up printing it out and putting it in a frame for them to put on their desk. And I think because I realized like I've got pictures of my family, like we all do probably have pictures of our family around, but have you ever thought to put a picture of yourself on your desk to love on? Right? But because that sounds weird, like, oh, like that's weird. And so I try to do some type of vision board for myself. I started doing this at the beginning of the year, January-ish, a few years ago. And I decided to put myself in the middle of it. And I wanted to I was going to post about this in our group and like encourage all of us to do that. I have this, see it over there. I've got just people and maybe relationships that I admire. And I put myself in the middle because it should be that way. Like it really should be that way. We should have, these things should evolve around the life that we want to create for ourselves. And we need to love ourselves to love other people. Like we cannot give that depth of love to others if we don't know what that feels like, if we don't know what that actually looks like. And that's what I'm learning. So yeah, I've gotten more comfortable with it. It's still a little bit odd, but it feels good at the same time. So I just wanted to share that.
can't wait to see it in person.
I feel like I have explaining to do, but I'll talk you through some of it, Mom. Yeah, maybe I'll share it in our group, and bonus points to anyone that does it too. I know we're already running short on time. So, and we all have different types of cards that we wanted to write. So let's just we'll just give each other about 5 minutes, and then we'll 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll circle back before we all leave, just to write the cards that you need to write. And Mama, I don't know if you want to do this too. I actually want to spend a little bit more time on this card to myself. I just want to I don't know, maybe just journal out some more thoughts and expand on some things. So I might actually do that. But I will leave it to all of you to write the cards you need to write. We'll go for about, around 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just
Put
gonna
this down.
myself, we'll just write this quietly because I'm having a hard time figuring out audio. All right, how are we doing? Laura, did you get those cards done? Yay. Yay.
Yes, I did. I just finished. I just was looking up addresses just now.
Oh. Stephanie, did you get your cards done? Hopefully you're able to wrap
Trying
them
to
up.
get ahead. Yeah, I realize I
Wow.
don't have a baby card, but I'm like, okay, let's just do all the birthdays this month too. So
I feel like the baby card, it might be refreshing to not get a baby card. You know what I mean?
true. They're the type of people that are very private. So like the family doesn't all like officially know that they're pregnant. But anyway, so yeah, I will open myself up to that. But in my scurrying to get through, I'm like, I just
Okay.
got all the other cards that I have to, they're more time sensitive, I guess. The
Gotcha.
baby one can wait till the end of the line if it's another day, it'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Anastasia, which ones did you want to get done? Oh,
Yeah, I got just one out of my 3 done, but it was a welcome to motherhood for a friend that I think I probably sent her this before, but her baby is turning 1. And I remember her talking about like, oh, the sleep regressions. And I remember seeing a post that sleep regressions mean huge developmental milestones and like it's not necessarily a bad thing. But I feel like I didn't hear that a lot when I was going through that. So I just wanted to share that post with her and remind her that like it's not a bad thing.
it's not all temporal.
Right, exactly. But that what we talked about last time, like it is temporary, but even though you're living through it and it feels like an
Mhm.
eternity. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Mm.
Such a good friend.
Do sleep regressions apply to grown-ups too?
I'm sure. I'm
Like
sure
when
that they
we're
do.
having our own.
Yeah.
Sleep regression happening a lot. Yeah. I think
Maybe
it
that's
does.
a reframe we all need, like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's like you think you got it all figured out. You've got your sleep routine, good sleep hygiene, and then oh nope, you're gonna start menopause early. Have fun. What is
That's not fair.
no, it's really not. I'm angry about it. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. I was like it's 2:30 last couple nights, just it's like clockwork, but I was able to go back to sleep last night. So I'm happy about that. Mama, you're still muted. I would love to know, we can chat later. I'm gonna have to just give you a call because we have not chatted. But did you get what you wanted to get done today? You're muted, Mama. Hold on. You gotta unmute. There you go.
I did. I thought I did. No, I didn't get done, but I got to start. And that was the important thing. And now I can finish.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We also,
Starting it.
I was just getting with you and Anastasia, especially. I love the card that you did write so much with the prompt to ourselves.
I love it too, Sarah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing what you did. I have one little, this is actually up on my board that I wanted to share before we all part. I think I mentioned this to your friend, Anastasia, this book, Young Poet,
Yes.
the pen name. I happened to flip open to the first page that I flipped open to, like just struck me, and I printed it out and put it on there, and it's in theme with today and writing that card to ourselves. It says, pick the path that lights you up, the one you know deep down is the right choice. Stop listening to doubt, start connecting with courage. Do not let the idea of normal get in the way. It may not be the easy path, but you know great things take effort. Lean into determination, lean into your mission, lean into the real you.
Sarah, what book is that?
It's called Lighter by Young Pueblo.
Okay.
Will you put a photo of that in the group? That was really good.
Yeah. I will.
I mean, I should get the book, but just to remind me to
Yeah, I will. I created, I'll put it in the group for sure. Just wanted to leave that with you for today and going forward. I really appreciate all of you. Thanks for showing up today.
Love you.
Love you too, Mama. See you next time, hopefully on the 7th.
Thanks, Sarah.
Okay.
Good job today. All right, bye.